Hello, Dr. Clif, your movement recovery specialist. Welcome back, subscribers. If you're not a subscriber yet and you're looking for a channel that provides simple answers to complicated health and fitness questions, then go ahead and subscribe. The button should be down here somewhere or over here. You'll find it. It says subscribe and it's a big red thing. Today's topic is on building muscle and was a question sent to me by Samuel in Rwanda. So building muscle is like many other topics in fitness. You can find just about any, different fancy gadget or, how to build muscle in 5 minutes a day or something. People will try to sell you all kinds of things, but really it comes down to just a handful of simple rules that we're going to go over. Number one, use free weights. You could use a dumbbell, you could use a kettlebell, you could use even body weight, but by far the most effective thing to use are barbells. Barbells are the most effective because it allows you to consistently load the bar with a small incremental weight to make progress. If you're using like a dumbbell, you might have to increase by 5 pounds. If you're using a kettlebell, you might have to increase by 15, 20 pounds from when you're ready to progress to the next weight. With barbells, you can increase the weight by as much as only a few hundred grams at a time. Number two, perform mostly compound movements. These are the big main exercises. I did a whole series on introduction to barbell exercises. I'll put a link for that up here above me. That are the best to use, such as the squat, the bench press, deadlifts, overhead press, and there's a few others, but primarily those main lifts. They use the most muscles at the same time and will give you the most benefit as far as increasing strength and muscle gain. Number three, your sessions are going to be intense. You should be lifting between 70 and 90% of your 1 rep max for each exercise, with about 60 to 90 seconds of rest in between each set. Number four, your sessions are going to be short though. You're only going to do probably 3 at the minimum to 6. Maybe you could stretch it to 7, but don't add too many exercises. And you're going to perform 25 to 50 reps total, broken up into sets of 5 to 12 reps per set. Did I lose you yet? Don't worry, at the end of the video, or not quite the end, but after we go through the list of rules or suggestions, I'm going to actually put up a workout example so it's easier to see. Number 5, rest. Rest is something that a lot of people, especially when they're all excited about getting into working out, or they just have 20 other things going on in their life that they forget to do. But you need a certain amount of rest. You should only be doing these workouts 2 to 4 times a week. Most people do the best with 3 workouts per week with a little bit of space in between. Rest is when the muscles grow. When you're working out, you actually are causing tiny micro damage to the muscle that then your body repairs while you're resting to make it stronger, so it's less likely to get damaged the next time you put it under the same amount of stress. Number 6, use ideal technique. Now, notice I didn't say perfect technique, because perfect technique is something that people spend years and years trying to obtain. Ideal technique is what fits your body the best at this time in your training. So, your squat might look a little bit different than somebody else's. Your deadlift might look different now than it did 6 months ago, because you're increasing your strength and your mobility, and you're just becoming more comfortable with the exercise. You just want to do it in a way that is the closest to ideal at this point, that you're not putting yourself in danger of injury and getting the most out of the exercise. And number 7 is don't forget to eat. You could do all the other stuff, and if you're not getting enough food to recover and grow, you won't make much progress. Now, that doesn't mean that you need to start eating twice as much as you are right now tomorrow, but you do need to have a slight calorie surplus so that your body can grow bigger. Probably 200 to 500 calories per day. So if your weight has been pretty static where it's at now, you just add a small amount of food, and if you start gaining a lot of weight quickly, you added too much. If you see no change, or you're really struggling in the gym, you're not getting any stronger, you're not getting any bigger, try increasing the amount of food a little bit. Also, you want to make sure that you have enough protein to actually build muscle. A good rule of thumb is approximately 2 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. So if you weigh 80 kilos, about 160 grams of protein per day. You get protein from, meat, eggs, milk, any milk product. There's a little bit in some vegetables, beans, peas, but you want to just make sure you're getting enough calories and enough protein. So, let's look at that workout. Okay, as you can see here, this is about the simplest workout that you could do, which keeps it a little less complicated. And you could perform this 2 or 3 times a week. It gets a little difficult to recover from 3 times a week, but it's a very good beginner's workout twice a week. We're going to start with squatting and do 5 sets of 5 with about 1 minute of rest in between each set. Then move on to bench press for 5 sets of 5. Then deadlifts for 5 sets of 5. Then overhead press for 5 sets of 5. And then pull-ups for 5 sets of 5. The weight is going to be at 80% of 1 rep max. And the whole workout, along with the rest and the warm-up that's going to be maybe 5 to 10 minutes beforehand, will take 60 to 70 minutes. You can see here that if you multiply the 5 by 5, that's 25. So this is at the low end of the number of repetitions per exercise for building both muscle strength and muscle size. If we were trying to focus more on strength, this would be kind of right in the middle of our end workout. If we were trying to build more size, this would be the lowest we would want to go. We would actually work up to as high as 40 to 50 repetitions per exercise. So we would end up with doing maybe 4 or 5 sets of 10. But this program is more for building a good deal of strength and muscle size at the same time. So there are your 7 rules for gaining muscle. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, or share it with a friend if you've already subscribed. Give us a thumbs up, and I'll see you soon. Remember, life is a strength sport, so get stronger and get living.